Everyone, this is Paul from the Bloodied Hex. Today I'm going to do a gameplay video for you, and I'm going to be playing the solo variant of the board game Hoplomachus. Today I'm up against the Titan Theia, and all Theia's abilities are on this card over here, and we'll get to them as she rolls. I'm going to be playing as Eldorado, and basically what I've got to do is I've got to get all these 4 shards, and then I can kill Theia here. My champion starts inactive. The champion I've chosen is Soulhire. He's the Eldorado champion, and he's got the ability Enrage, Fury, Aura, which basically means he can do 1 damage on a unit 2 hexes away in his move phase. It's an ability. So let's start. I've gone ahead and set up the board already. I've drawn I've got the footholds here. I've drawn a crowd favoured gladiator randomly. I'll be working hopefully towards activating my champion as quick as I can, and then maybe heading out this line here for basic attack roll per turn re-roll, or maybe a deployment hex. You may use all deployment hexes, so I can deploy up here and try and get this shard. Seems I have to get all the shards. So anyway, I've gone ahead and mixed up these. This is just 6 gladiators and 1 tactic I've got here. So alright, so we'll put 4 out here, flip them over. So the first one is a defender. Second one is an attacker. I've got another attacker, and I've got an archer. So the first one I might deploy is the archer. So we'll deploy the archer out. So we can't attack Theia until we've got at least 1 shard. So first things first, I might try and go for this shard. The archer here has got first strike, so that's an ability which I can use straight away. Usually when you deploy a unit you can't attack, but because she's got first strike, so I'll roll the dice. So 2 misses, great start for me there. So that's I've deployed. I had nothing to move, so I've done my attack. Now I draw another unit from here, put it over here, and now it's Theia's turn. So on Theia's card, she gets to roll 1 black, 1 green, 2 blue, and 1 blue and 3 yellow. So I've got that here. So we'll roll her dice. So basically she's just got 1 black and 1 green, and the rest are all misses. So 1 green reads, it's a move. So Theia moves 1 hex towards the closest unit, or then the weakest unit. If already next to the unit, Theia doesn't move. So she'll be moving towards the champion since he's the closest. So we might just move her there. Now the black dice. The black dice reads accumulate health. Steals 1 health from the closest, then the weakest unit. Place under Theia. So closest unit is my champion. Even though he's inactive still, she gets to steal 1 health off me. So that's no good. Not a good start. Okay, so it's my turn. So I think I'm going to have to protect my champion. So I might deploy here. Deploy the defender just here. So he's deployed. Now it's my movement, so I can move my archer. The archer's got a movement of 1, so I might move the archer just here. Now attack phase. Now the archer's the only one that can attack, so I'm going to try and get this shard here, take out this pillar, so we get to roll a basic attack of black and a yellow again. So he does 1 damage to that pillar. So we move our crowd favoured little gem here. So we move it up 1. Then that's my turn over. I'll draw. And we draw a tactician there. So it's back to Theia's turn now. So we get Theia's dice. I'll just move things along here. So Theia's roll 1 black, 2 yellows. So the black, again, the black accumulate health. So she steals 1 health from the closest unit and then the weakest. So the closest is the champion again. So this is not good. I've got to get the champion activated and moving away. And the 2 things. So she does a dual, 2 yellows does dual basic attack. Attacks 2 adjacent units. 2 adjacent units. Theia attacks both units separately. If there is only 1 unit adjacent, then unit attacks twice. So we're lucky here. She's not adjacent to anyone. So they do nothing. So it's my turn again now. So I'm definitely going to deploy here. Now, I can deploy on these hexes here. If you deploy on these hexes, you can't attack after you've moved off them. You can deploy on this one, but you lose 1 health at the start of your turn. But a good unit to use on the Titan hex is a tactician. So I'll bring in the tactician. Yeah, I'll just deploy here just to show you. The tactician's got 2. Now the tactician's got initiative. So initiative means you can move, but you can't attack on the first turn. So he doesn't suffer any penalties for deploying on the Titan hex. So I'm going to move up to this one. So I don't need to work on down here. I don't really need to work on the activating all the deployment hexes. I can just go straight. Once I finish activating the champion, I can go for the basic, re-roll the basic attack dice. So I'm going to go, so he's got a movement of 3, so I'll go 1, 2, 3. So he sits there now. Now, the defender, I'm going to move the defender up and just position him maybe this side. The archer can stay there, I think. Yeah, because he's got an attack range of 2, so he can still hit that, and then we're going to try and move him over to there once this one goes down. These 2 over to here, and that one to there, and then bring some heat on Theia. Okay. Yep, I'm happy with that. So attack phase. So the only 2 that can attack here is the archer and the defender, but the defender's not within range, so it's just the archer for the moment. Alright, so we just roll 2 dice. Basic attack. 2 hits, beautiful. So we've got our first shard. Now that shard with Theia, the shard goes into here. So it's a bit of a hindrance because now next turn I can't really, when I get the draw phase, I can't draw any because it takes up a draw spot. So that's a bit of a pain, but I can on my next turn start to roll a dice for Theia to see what she's going to do, because one of Theia's things here is on this side of the card. I'll just read it quickly. Under Titan shards, it says Theia's shards give the player insight into her thoughts and allow the player to prepare for her next move in the arena. For every shard on the player's prep area, the player can choose to roll 1 dice from Theia's next roll and roll it before the beginning of their turn. The roll is then locked in. Theia must use what was rolled on her upcoming attack. And then it says to write it down if you haven't got enough dice for your Titan. But yeah, I've got enough dice, so I don't need to do that. So we can sort of preempt what she's going to do there. So that one's done now. So we've got the Titan shard. So and another thing is we can attack Theia now. Now that we've got one shard, if we want. But yeah, so we count the 2 crowd favourite points for hitting the shards here. Okay, so it's Theia's turn now. Yep, that's right. So we move these off because we can't draw because the shard's in the draw spot. So we can't. That'll be our tactic because the tactic hasn't come out yet. Okay. So anyway, so we roll again. Whoa, that one was a yellow. Oh, that's no good. Whoa, she got hits on all of them. So this is not good. Okay. All right, we start from the top. It's 2 green dice is a blink move. Roll a d6. So we roll a d6. 1. So we've rolled a 1. Theia moves directly adjacent to the champion. So, before I do that, and then if I'd rolled a 3 to 6, Theia moves directly adjacent to the weakest unit. So then it says roll a d6 to determine her placement around the unit. If occupied, fill the next clockwise open spot. So she's going to move to the champion. But before we do that, we look at the dice legend. We roll a d6. So she's going to move to position 3, which is right here. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she's going to move to 3. So that's how we do the move blink. So then we go to this one, the blue and the black, her special, and it's Life Surge. And it reads, Theia performs Surge, which is this one up here, and any damage taken from Surge is then given to health to Theia. So Surge. So we've got to perform Surge, and any damage that she does, she gets the health for it. Send out a ray of light in every adjacent hex direction, doing 1 damage to each unit in the ray's path. Well, this is not good. So she sends out a ray of light this way. She sends 1 out this way. So she does 1 damage to the champion. She sends 1 out this way. Oh, that's got them both. So 1 damage there, 1 damage there, and then 1 damage that way. So that's fine. So she's got 3. So she's building up quite a stack here. I don't know. This is going to be hard. Okay, now we move on. So that's done now. So then we do the 3 yellow dice. Power of 27. Perform dual basic attack. Theia then focuses on the most healthy unit within 3 hexes and calls down a 3 damage light beam. Oh, this is going to hurt. So basic attack. So she attacks the weakest adjacent unit, which would be the defender here. So for a basic attack, she performs dual attacks 2 adjacent units. Okay, so she attacks, dual basic attack. Attacks 2 adjacent units. Theia attacks both of them separately. If there was only 1, then she attacks it twice. So for a basic attack, she rolls a black, a blue, and a green. So this is for the champion. So she hits him twice, so he loses 2 health. And this one is for the defender. Oh, that hurts. So she takes 3 off him. Now, Theia calls in a ray of light 3 hexes away, the healthiest one, which is our champion again. And he loses another 3 health. That hurt big time. I don't think this game's going to last very long. Okay, that's Theia's turn done. Okay, now it's my turn. Now I've got to deploy. And I might deploy an attacker. And we might deploy him here. We have to start putting some damage on Theia there. She's in a pretty healthy position there. Okay, so we've deployed him. So we move to our move phase. Now I'm going to move this archer. He can move 1, so I'm going to move him up here. And our defender, we might move him too. So, because we can use his... Actually, I might leave him there. I'm going to leave him there so he can at least do one attack. I was going to use reposition. Reposition is a alt attack where if he doesn't attack this turn, he can move 2 hexes instead of his 1. But I might just leave him there for now. Our champion has got 2 health left, so it's not looking too good for our champion at the moment. So the game might end pretty early. Okay, let's start over here with our defender. We'll roll one basic attack. We can attack Theia now because we've got a shard. So let's attack Theia. So she loses 1 from the defender. The attacker can't attack because we've just deployed him. Let's go to the archer now. Now the archer has got a 2 attack range, 1, 2. So basically he's out of range, but he can use his alt attack, which is just roll 1 yellow dice for a long shot. So we'll try that. Oh, beautiful. So we get 1 hit here. Also, what I've forgotten is when we attack Theia, we should have got 1 crowd favour then, and we've just attacked. We've just got 1 from the shard, so we actually get the foothold here. So we'll put that up there, and we can activate our champion now. So we activate our champion. So that's good news for us. So now we can go with the tactician, and the tactician is just 1 hit, no roll. So we can do 1 hit of damage on this shard up here. So we might start going for this, the re-roll of the basic die, so basic attack die, so per turn. So yeah, we'll try and go along this line now. And I think that's it, Theia's turn. So what we could have done there, we could have actually rolled 1 of Theia's dice at the start of my turn. I can't do it now. We've got to draw our last chip. So it's our tactic. And our tactic is the 2 health for friendly non-champion units. So that'll come in really handy. So it's Theia's turn now. So Theia rolls it off. Let's hope she doesn't do much. Otherwise the game might end. Oh no, she's rolled another 2 yellow. 2 green, and she's going to get more health, which is not good. So we do the blink move again. So I won't explain that again. I just got to roll a d6. So she rolls 3. So she moves directly towards the weakest unit, which would be this man here. So she doesn't even move. We roll the dice to see where she's going to end up. So it's 2, so she's actually in position 2 now, so she doesn't have to move at all. So we go to accumulate health. She steals 1 health from the closest unit, and so we've got 3 units pretty close. So the closest unit, so then we move to the weakest opposing unit and then place on it. So she actually steals it 1 health from the defender here, which actually takes out the defender. So we'll get rid of him now. And the health goes to her. So now she rolled 2 yellow dice, so it's dual basic attack. So this is the one where she attacks 2 adjacent units. So yeah, so her basic attack dice are the blue, the green, and the black. So let's try for the champion. This could end the game right here. So let's not hope that she doesn't do 2 hits. Oh, and she misses on all of them. Thank goodness that was lucky. Okay, so now she's going to do her attack on here, on the attacker here. And he cops 2 before he's even had his turn, so that's no good. Okay, that's Theia's turn done. Now it's my turn. Now the deploy stage, I might deploy the special gladiator here. Actually, let's deploy another attacker. Yeah, let's go with, yeah, let's deploy another attacker. But where I might deploy him, he's 3 health, I might deploy him up on one of these hexes. Now I can deploy him here for now, but his next turn, he can move the next turn, but he can't attack. But that's fine. I'm happy with that. Theia's away, so I'm happy. Okay, so we'll go into the movement phase now. Now our archer's going to move. Our tactician's going to stay where he is. Our champion's definitely going to move away up to this dice here. And our attacker, I think I made a mistake. I should have really used the tactic on our attacker. I won't now because I'm into the movement phase, because you're supposed to use that in the deploy phase. But let's move our attacker 1, 2 here. Okay, and he could have used retaliate before, which... Anyway, let's move on. So let's go into the attack phase. Now, the archer, basic attack on this shard over here. Let's hope his basic attack is a yellow and a black die. And I miss. I'm the worst dice roller in the world, so I miss on both. Tactician, thank goodness I don't need to roll a dice, it's just 1 hit, so I do 1 hit of damage. So I move up 1. Now, our champion has only got a 1 range, so he can't do anything. This attacker here, he can. His attack is a black, a blue, and a yellow. So he's going to do this, his attack on the Theia here. And he rolls 1, does 1 damage, so I get to move up 1 out of those 3 dice. Okay, so that's it. So it goes to the draw phase now. I'm out of gladiators and tactics, so I don't draw. And once again, I've forgotten that I could have rolled one of those dice at the start of my turn to see what was coming, but anyway. Okay, we'll move on to Theia's turn. And that was a beautiful roll. She's rolled all blanks in just 1 black. So the 1 black is accumulate health, steals 1 health from the closest unit, and then the weakest unit, and then opposing unit. So the closest unit here is the attacker. So she steals the 1 health from here. Now I'll remember this time that the attacker has got retaliate, and even if he's out of health like he is now and he's dying, he does 1 attack back to Theia as he's leaving the battlefield, and that 1 attack can earn you a crowd favourite point. So I'll move him up, and now he's dead. Okay, now it's my deploy phase. So I'm going to deploy our special gladiator here, and I'm going to deploy him right here. Right there. And I'm going to use our tactic here. I'm going to use the tactic, and I'm going to get the champion to use it. So 1, 2. So on the attacker over there, so he gets another 2 health. So he's up to 5 health now. And that's it for the deployment phase. Now the move phase, Now this guy can move this turn, so I'm going to get him to go 2 spots. 1, 2. He can't attack because he'd moved off this hex here, but he can move, so I'm going to move the champion over to this one. I'm going to leave the tactician, and I'm going to leave the archer here. So that's it. So we move into the attack phase. So this guy can't attack because he's just been deployed, and this guy can't attack. So we're going to roll the 2 dice for the champion on the thing. Now he's got enraged, so I haven't been doing that either in the move phase. So I haven't attacked. I've moved. So let's not move into the attack phase yet. So I'm still in the move. I haven't rolled anything. So he's actually got enraged fury aura, which means he can do 1 damage in his movement phase to up to 2 hexes away to a person. So 1, 2. So he can actually do 1 damage, just like that, to the champion, which earns us 1 free reroll, and we've still got these footholds we can use here, which we'll probably use them as archers. But anyway, so that now we get to reroll 1 basic attack per turn. So that was just the ability Enraged Fury Aura. Okay, so now he's going to do the damage on here, and of course I roll 2 blanks. So then the tactician, he does his 1 damage and finally takes out that last shard. So the shard comes down here and we get another point of health. We just might head out towards here now. And now the archer, he's going to try and take out this shard. Come on, let's take it out. Whoa. 2 hits, beautiful. I'll just stack Theia back up. And we get that shard as well. So we're looking okay. We're making a bit of a fight back now, which is beautiful. Now we move up 2. And then that's it for our turn. So now it is Theia's turn. So we move over to Theia now. So we just have to take out 1 more shard and then kill Theia. So we're looking okay. At the moment we've made a good fight back here. And of course, roll excellent for Theia. So we put 1 up here, 1 there, and she does her best attack. I don't know how I'd roll so good for her. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so the first one is the green one move. Theia moves 1 hex towards the closest unit. So she's already here at the closest unit. So she's, if already next to the unit, Theia doesn't move. So that one counteracts that. Then the blue one, Surge. Send out a ray of light in every adjacent hex direction, doing 1 damage to each unit in the ray's path. So she sends out a ray this way, so she damages him. She sends out a ray that way, no damage. She sends out a ray that way, no damage. And she sends out a ray this way. Oh, she hits our champion. Our champion has got 1 health left. If we lose that last health, end of game. Okay, so then we go to the 3. So that's Surge. So now 3. Oh no. Perform dual basic attack. So Theia then focuses. Okay, so we perform the dual basic attack. Attacks 2 adjacent units. Theia attacks both units separately. If there is only 1 adjacent unit, Theia attacks twice. There is only 1 adjacent unit, and it's here. So it's our special gladiator. So she gets to roll 1 blue, 1 green, 1 black, and she attacks it twice. So she takes out that unit. So he leaves the battlefield. Now, because there's no other adjacent unit, she doesn't need to do her second one. But because she rolled 3, we then move on. So we've performed the dual basic attack. And then it reads, Theia then focuses on the most healthy unit within 3 hexes and calls down a 3 damage light beam. So we go 1, 2, 3. So there's no other units except our champion, but because our attacker is the healthiest, we lose 3 health. Thank goodness we used the tactic on him, otherwise he'd be dead now. So she just took away 3, so that hurt. Okay, so that's her turn. We move on to our turn now. So because I've got 3 shards here, I'm going to remember this turn. I can actually roll 3 of Theia's dice for her next turn and see, you know, what's coming. So I'm actually going to roll the 3 yellow ones because I really want to see if she's going to do her basic attacks. So I'll roll them. So they're blank. So I know that on Theia's next turn, she's not going to do any attacks on me. That's the bonus of having shards. So they can be a negative, but they can be a bonus. Okay, so it's my turn. So I've got nothing to deploy. Oh, I have got to deploy. I can deploy one of these, and I might deploy him as an archer here, and I will. Which I probably should have done a couple of turns away because I could have had some attacks on him. Anyway, it's a spearman. He's got 4 range, so she's within his range there. Okay, so I've deployed. Now I'll go into the move phase. Now I move this archer's got 1, so I'll start bringing the archer over here. Tactician's got a movement of 3, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3. That's really good because the tactician's got a strategic attack as an innate, and that's any adjacent unit gets added 1 yellow dice. I'll just double check that. It is the yellow dice for strategic attack. Yes, so it's 1 yellow dice to their basic attack. Okay, so we can use, we're not going to move this guy, but he's going to use his ability, Enraged Fury Arena, which he gets 1 hit during the movement phase, up to 2 hexes away. So he does 1 hit on Theia, so that moves up that one. So I'm trying to keep the chips that way. So okay, so we're not going to move anymore. We're just going to start our attack on this last shard here. So I'll use the champion first. So he's going to roll 2. So he does 2 hits, which is brilliant. So we move our last one there, and then we get to move 1 down. So I'm really trying to get this one so I can bring out our crowd favoured gladiator as well. So then this guy, he gets to roll his basic plus, I'm going to grab another yellow. So his basic attack is black, blue, yellow, but because we've got the tactician sitting beside him with his innate skill strategic attack, we get another yellow. So 3 hits, beautiful. We kill that shard, and then we get to move up 1. Right, now that is the attack phase, except 1, 2, 3, 4. No, she's just out of range of long shot, so we can't use our archer. We've got all these, so we can actually kill Theia now, so I'll be going for the attack on the next turn. Okay, the draw phase, we've got nothing to draw. We go into Theia's stage. Now, because I've rolled the 3 already, I don't roll those 3. I just roll what's remaining. So, we've got a blue and a black, and we've got a move. So, Theia moves 1 hex to the closest unit. Oh, no, this is bad. Our closest unit here is our champion. So if already next to the unit, Theia doesn't move. So she's moved here. So, life surge. Theia performs surge. Any damage taken from surge is then given as health to Theia. So surge. Send a ray of light. Oh no. Send a ray. This is the end of the game, guys. Send out a ray of light in every adjacent hex direction, doing 1 damage to each unit in that raised path. So usually the damage would just go off, but because we rolled a black and a blue, the health goes back to Theia. So this way, no damage. This way, no damage. That way, she gets the health and she kills our champion, which ends the game. And our champion goes off the battlefield and we lose. So that's Theia, the Titan Theia for the board game Hoplomachus. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. We didn't win. I was hoping to win on my first playthrough, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Hopefully this gave you a good overview of Theia. Hopefully I didn't make too many mistakes, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. I'll put a link to the description to the Chip Theory website where you can buy this game. This is Rise of Rome, and this was a Titan playthrough. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.